Hey, welcome. I am Boston.
And I'm Renny.
And we're from the YouTube channel Freakin Rad. And yes, we've tried to share this on a live stream before, and
we had technical difficulties.
Yeah, either the universe wasn't ready or my Barbie PC couldn't handle the intensity of our video. But what we are talking about today is our secret formula to how we have created as many viral videos as we have on our channel, Freakin Rad. And we love, out of all the comments that we get, I love hearing people say, I love your videos. The fact of the matter is, yes, we love our videos too. It takes a lot of time and energy and effort, but we love your videos. And so today we're gonna teach you how you can do what we've done on our channel by
sharing our secret formula.
By doing that, yeah. Roll the intro.
So most likely if you're here, you've seen our videos, but we've had some really awesome times making some really awesome videos, namely Halo versus Predator, Halo versus Destiny, Destiny versus Carebears. I think we're seeing a theme here.
And what it boils down to it, we have a really, really simple formula for how we create our content. And it boils down to our mantra, which is 3 words: clickable, watchable, and shareable. Those 3 words are the basis for how we create all of our content, and in that order. When it comes to like creating viral video and coming up with concepts, it can get really complicated really quickly, but let's just look at these 3 words and let them be the basis for how you design out your content. Clickable for us comes down to how you're going to engage your audience without them having ever seen one of your videos before or without them seeing any of your new content. And basically it means you need to have a thumbnail and a title that's going to attract their attention. It's engaging, it's interesting, it's clear, and has a clear hook.
So watchable just means a well-executed and clear concept, a well-made concept.
And then the last word, shareable. Shareable comes down to engaging with your audience. So if you create content that speaks to an established audience or an established fan base, and inherently has value for them and incentive for them to share the content, then you are nailing it. And we'll break down what shareable means a little bit more in a little bit here, but that's pretty much it. That is our formula. So let's go ahead and break this down using some examples from content that we have created. So let's look at the word clickable. Okay, right here we have the actual thumbnail that we have used for our most viral video, which is Halo vs. Predator. This has almost like 10 million views or something like that at this point. And it is basically a very, very simple thumbnail and simple title. Halo versus Predator. I mean, we basically have 2.5 words. And the thumbnail itself is clean, it's simple, it's clear. And if you've never seen this video before, it looks like something new. And it's promising to deliver these 2 amazing characters. Now, if you look at the content, it kind of looks like the Alien versus Predator, face-off that we're traditionally seeing, but you're throwing in a Halo character, which is definitely a cross-universe thing. And the costumes are really good, so people are excited to say, oh my gosh, I want to see this video. And that newness creates excitement. So it's exciting for the viewer. But when it comes down to it, this is a very clear and simple promise to the viewer. So when we talk about clickable, it's important that we're not confusing clickable with
clickbait. So we don't want you guys to create clickbait. And I think we all know what that is. It's kind of a buzzword these days, but basically, if you make your titles really clickbaity, you're just going to piss off your audience and lose trust. And that's something that's really important to build and gain and maintain over time, is trust with your audience.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of the word bait itself, when you bait a fish, you put a little worm on a hook, right? And what you're telling that fish is, hey, I'm going to give you a meal. But what you're actually doing is making that fish a meal. And that's not what you want to do. So if we had Halo versus Predator and people click through and all of a sudden it's a makeup tutorial, they would be ticked because you're not giving them what you're promising them. So when you come up with a concept for your video, if you can come up with first, this is important, your title and your thumbnail, and then build out a concept that works for that title and thumbnail, it's reverse engineering, but that is an excellent way to figure out what content you can produce that will inherently have value for your audience.
And that doesn't mean that you can't have a twist in your video, because almost all of our videos have some sort of twist. There's unexpected things that happen, which are why people like our videos.
Yeah, and that is the principle of watchable. So here at Freakin Rad, we do spend a lot of times on our production. One thing that we love is being able to create high quality cinematic videos. And we've taken the time to learn how to use all kinds of, high-end equipment and, work with multiple people and collaborators and big crews. Like this footage here is from our video Halo vs. Destiny. We had a huge crew go out into the desert and film this video. We had like 7 or 8 people who were dressed up in costumes. It was a big production and really, really fun to do. And that definitely falls under what watchable means. But just so you know, you do not have to have the most expensive equipment. You do not have to have the biggest crew. You do not have to spend a lot of money to make something watchable.
In fact, on a lot of our most viral videos, our cameras were borrowed.
That's right. Like the first video, Halo vs. Predator, I borrowed my friend's 5D. And in our video Halo vs. Destiny, we borrowed a friend's expensive cinema camera, a Red camera, right? We didn't own it. We still don't own it, but we borrowed it to make that video. And so when we define watchable, I don't want you to think of it like you have to be the best filmmaker or the best, videographer or whatever. Watchable simply means you're able to communicate using the medium of video. Ultimately, watchable means communication. So when you come up with your visuals, and this is a clip from our video Captain America Civil Boards, or the Civil War long battle between Iron Man and Captain America, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers. Basically, the visuals need to communicate one thing. They need to trigger an emotion in your viewer. Okay, so if somebody is seeing a thumbnail and they see Captain America and Iron Man on longboards, they're thinking that's going to be funny. And that video needs to clearly communicate that idea. And so all we needed to do was be able to execute well the idea of these two heroic characters in that situation and just play it out and just completely design that video to the nth degree to hit that same emotion. Now, when we talk about an emotion in viewer, it doesn't have to be hilarious, although that's good. What you want to give them is something kind of new.
Yeah, so our videos tend to be funny. We like to make funny videos, but that doesn't mean that your videos have to be funny. You just need to find the emotion that you want to trigger in your audience. It could be inspired, it could be sad, it could be hilarious, it could be silly, it could be stupid,
A lot of people just take two opposing ideas and they start to, get people like upset or angry, and I don't necessarily want to do that with my videos, but it's very powerful to get someone who cares about an idea. Like if you love Iron Man, and you want to fight for Iron Man and you make Iron Man look silly, people are going to get like enraged by that, or if you love Captain America, you're going to want to root for Captain America and feel that. And so whatever you do, try to invoke an emotion out of your audience.
I also think of watchable as you want your audience to keep watching throughout the video. You don't want them to quit after 10 seconds, right? And so we really try to create content that's going to be worth people watching by keeping it constantly entertaining or relentlessly entertaining as you keep watching the video. We just want people to not click away.
I think the best example of that is Halo vs. Destiny. We literally tried to put a joke every 3 to 5 seconds throughout that entire video. So
a joke or an explosion or some piece of action that just kept you really engaged.
Yeah, and that is super important. It's just jam-pack your video full of everything that you need to keep that audience just excited. And what that does is it creates the last piece of our formula, and that is shareable content. Some of our earliest videos, as you can see, were done with Star Wars characters. And the reason that we did Star Wars is, one, well, we love Star Wars, okay? Everybody loves Star Wars. Very reachable fruit, as they say. But Star Wars characters are really interesting. Everybody has a history with it. But we took these characters and we had them on a ski resort, snowboarding or skiing. And then we went out into the desert and we had them riding dirt bikes, doing motocross, and like that whole idea of taking an established audience, right? And it's something there's already people online looking for this content, whether it's Star Wars, whether it's snowboarding, skiing, or motocross videos.
Marvel movies.
Like we take an established audience or fan base and we give them something they haven't seen before. And I think that is a really important thing that you can do. You don't have to grab from a big IP like Star Wars or Destiny or those type of things. You could just be looking to make cooking videos, but you're already reaching an established fan base, and they're going to become invested in you if you reach out and make something that they haven't seen before. And that leads to kind of what I think is our biggest secret and the best way to design shareable content. Our number one secret is give your audience what they want, but not what they were expecting. Okay, so with Halo vs. Predator, for example, this is a really clear example. Our audience would see the thumbnail and they'd say, okay, I'm gonna watch a battle between a Halo Spartan and the Predator. This is great. They get in there, they get that for the first 30, 45 seconds of the video, and then we took that idea and we turned it on its head, and we had our Halo Spartan and Predator playing golf and doing the gallon challenge, doing all these other silly competitive activities. And then at the very end of that video, we made it even funnier where we turned it on its head and had kids playing this in their imagination. So we gave our audience what they were looking for, but we gave them something more. We gave them something they weren't expecting, and people who love Predator and Halo, they absolutely loved it, but people who just love kids and imagination, they loved it as well. And it gave something more than what you just would expect.
Which I think people were expecting, like a battle in the woods or something like that, which would have been really cool. It's not a bad idea, but we wanted to go further than that.
Yeah. So to recap, the Freakin Rad viral video formula is clickable, watchable, plus shareable, and that equals viral. So now that you know that, what do you do from here? The most important thing that I feel about this particular formula is that it doesn't just add up for one video, it starts to add up across your whole channel and across all of the art and creative works that you do. Okay, so clickable doesn't just mean on one video. Clickable also means for your channel. Your channel needs to be streamlined, organized playlists, and there's a lot of information that we won't be able to cover in this video, but ultimately you need to extrapolate those principles all the way down so that when somebody finds you, they're easily able to grab onto something that they're interested in.
And actually that was something that we went back probably 3 or 4 years ago, and we went through and we streamlined what all of our thumbnails looked like, and we streamlined the branding with the titles and the fonts and things so that it looked really, really clear cut and easy on the eye for people to find things.
Yeah, and watchable as well means that throughout your videos you have common themes and common storylines, and you create similar videos that keep people coming back and watching that content over and over again. So if you have one video that's completely different than anything else you do and it's viral, that's great, but it won't help you because people are coming to watch that content over again. So watchable continues to extrapolate more, and you have more ways to iterate and make sure that all of your content has that cohesive watchability. And then when it comes to shareable, shareable also means how you engage with your audience. So once you've posted your content, you need to connect with your audience, and you need to give them a reason to come back and give them more value than you have, across all of your videos and across your interactions with you than one standalone video can do. So this formula ultimately, yes, it's about single viral videos, but it's about your whole marketing strategy for your channel.
I also want to talk about the word viral is a very buzzy word. Like a lot of people use that word. They're like, oh, we're gonna make a viral video. And Boston and I like to joke about when the internet farts. Like there are times that you just will not understand why a video goes viral or doesn't go viral, right? And for instance, yesterday I found a video that was literally an older woman
folding a fitted sheet?
Yeah, folding a fitted sheet, and it had 55 million views, which none of our videos have ever had 55 million views. And it was literally not special, nothing going on, no personality in it. But I saw a comment below that was like, yes, finally someone's told me the secret of how to fold a fitted sheet, which we just thought was really hilarious. And there are elements and strategies that we use and utilize to make our videos more shareable. For instance, if there's a release of a movie coming up or a video game, we will often create content to coincide with that release. And luckily, sometimes our Captain America video, when Captain America came out and when Avengers came out, the views on that video spiked because people were searching for Captain America. And so there are tips and tricks like that help your videos grow even more.
Yeah, these principles just keep going and going, and we want to help you ultimately be able to have the success you want to do. If you want to become an influencer, if you want to become a YouTube star, you can do it. Okay, I honestly believe that you can, And if you want to learn how, go to freakinrad.com/learn and interact with us, and we will help coach you and help you get the resources and the tools and skills that you need to be able to have your success on YouTube. If this video helped you, or do you think it could help someone who's really trying to make a go of it on YouTube, share it with them. Because we really want these principles to be accessible and easy to the masses. So share this video or send us a comment if you agree or disagree with anything that we've said, or if you have questions, hit us up in the comments below. Again, freakinrad.com/learn will be the best place to go so that you can join our email list and get the resources and the worksheets and all the sort of stuff that we have that will help you define your channel. And so to keep it simple, that's what we have for our viral video formula today. And if you want to learn more, we've got you covered.
And as always, keep it rad, guys.